Good evening. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Natasha Jog. The big story of this evening, Bihar governor for president is the Dalit leader, BJP's masterstroke. That's what we are looking at on a day when many of us who are not familiar with the name Ramnath Kovind. But that changed. Mr. Kovind, who has been governor of Bihar for 3 years and looks like will be moving straight from Raj Bhavan to Rashtrapati Bhavan very soon. He's the BJP's choice to succeed President Pranab Mukherjee, a move that has put the 71-year-old Dalit leader in the spotlight, brought the focus on Dalit politics and seems to have broken opposition unity on the choice of India's next president.
Were you expecting this, sir?
We will talk later on. And thank you for being here.
Are you glad that your name has been announced, sir?
I have a lot of good wishes for the state of Bihar. It has been a wonderful experience with rich culture, rich tradition, and everything rich. Thank you very much. Thank you.
आप राष्ट्रपति पद के लिए आप नामित होंगे, आपको एनडीए राष्ट्रपति बनाने के लिए चुनाव के लिए घोषित करेगी। आपने कभी सोचा था, सर?
उस दिशा में हमारा कोई ध्यान नहीं था. I had been working here quite satisfactorily.
But sir, don't you think it's a matter of pride?
Matter of pride, you see, it's a duty. Let us take it as a duty.
जिस प्रकार से फीडबैक मिले और समाज जीवन के भी कई हिस्सों से चर्चा करने के बाद एक लंबी सूची का विचार आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड में हुआ। एनडीए के प्रत्याशी के रूप में आज श्री रामनाथ कोविंद गवर्नर बिहार का नाम तय किया गया है।
राष्ट्रपति पद के लिए एनडीए की तरफ से जो घोषित उम्मीदवार है उस पर कांग्रेस पार्टी अभी कोई टिप्पणी नहीं करना चाहता है। द नेक्स्ट डेट of the meeting has already been fixed for 22nd of this month.
जब वो पहले आए थे राजनाथ सिंह जी और वेंकैया नायडू जी प्रधानमंत्री और बीजेपी अध्यक्ष के संदेशा लेकर उन्होंने कहा था कि हम चाहेंगे कि सामूहिक तरीके से राष्ट्रपति का चुनाव हो। इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है, अगर ये हो सकता तो अच्छी बात है। हमने कहा बताइए कौन है आपके प्रतिनिधि। उसका जवाब उनके पास उस समय नहीं था। उस समय उन्होंने कहा कि हम जब तय करेंगे फिर आपसे सलाह मशवरा करने आएंगे। आज टेलीफोन आता है उनसे ये कहते हुए कि उन्होंने तय कर लिया, तो सलाह मशवरा का गुंजाइश तो छोड़ा नहीं।
ये शुरू से ही अधिकांश बीजेपी व आरएसएस से ही जुड़े रहे हैं, इसलिए उनकी इस राजनीतिक पृष्ठभूमि से तो मैं कतई भी सहमत नहीं हूं। लेकिन बीजेपी व इनके एनडीए ने अब इनको राष्ट्रपति पद के लिए अपना उम्मीदवार तय कर लिया है, तो ऐसी स्थिति में इनके दलित होने के नाते इनके प्रति हमारी पार्टी का स्टैंड नकारात्मक तो नहीं हो सकता है।
सबको समर्थन करना चाहिए और जो नहीं समर्थन करेंगे माना जाएगा कि ये दलित विरोधी हैं।
And that really sums up the whole host of political reactions we've got. You have to support him, says Ramvilas Paswan. There really is no other way. Large parts of the opposition, many members of the opposition, in fact, sort of taking a we'll get back to you kind of approach on this issue. Let me introduce my panel to you right away. I'm joined by Abhijit Dwivedi, spokesperson of the ABVP. Also with me in the Delhi studios, Debashish Jararia of the BSP. I'm joined from Mumbai by Sunil Alak, political commentator. Joining me from Delhi also Ajoy Kumar, spokesperson of the Congress, and D. Raja of the CPI will be with us shortly as well. Debashish Jararia, let me start by asking you. This is exactly what Mayawati said, which really sums up why this is being described as a masterstroke, because very few are now going to contest the candidature of Mr. Kovind, really, given his background, given his years of service, the way he's being described, and of course the fact that he is a Dalit leader as well.
See, as the party stand is clear now that Mayawati ji has said that being a Dalit face, she is not going to be negative against him. But it's not yet decided, because on 22nd there is a meeting, opposition parties are meeting. If a popular leader from Dalit community name is...
From the Dalit community, that's of course very clear, she said that. He's good unless they come up with a better Dalit.
Yeah, surely, because we can't go against a name of a Dalit person. This is kind of strategy that BJP has taken back, because Dalit card is what they are trying to play when there is a big Dalit uprising is happening in Gujarat. We have seen that in Uttar Pradesh. We have seen that. So this is a type of politics BJP is doing so that they can muzzle those voices which have been quite काफी ज्यादा जो उठ रही हैं, उनको अब खत्म करने की साजिश है.
And the Dalit vote ahead of 2019. But would you agree also that this is perhaps a masterstroke, which is why, like you're saying, that given all the voices that they've seen from Dalit, from Dalit activists, there is nothing
in politics. There is a masterstroke unless another party plays a masterstroke. Okay. So we should wait until 22nd. Let's see what opposition parties decides.
Okay.
After that we can.
Let's see what opposition parties decide. Ajoy Kumar, at the moment, as things stand, that this is not just, of course, perhaps ensured that they do get a significant amount of the Dalit vote in 2019, but clearly also divided the opposition, which seemed rather united, really, for once. Isn't that true? So do things really get tougher for the opposition from here on?
No, Natasha, sorry, one of the biggest fallacy is that when you choose a candidate and then you make a symbolic, I mean, it's an important symbolic gesture, but the fallacy is that the Bharatiya Janata Party's anti-Dalit origin and activities doesn't mean that, you know, just because they chose a candidate, and with all due respect to the present governor of Bihar, but because they chose a Dalit candidate doesn't mean that all their sins get washed away in UP, Saharanpur, or in Gujarat, or across India. So the question again is, so I would, you know, never use such words like masterstroke. And the second issue is to convert every candidate's presidential or a vice presidential candidate's caste or a community kneeling as in a vote bank politics, because what actually gets you votes on the ground is what the community perceives you. And as far as the opposition is concerned, we would, all the opposition leaders who were there in the earlier meeting are going to meet on the 22nd, and then they will take a decision. But what is interesting is that even their allies were informed, and so it wasn't a consensus even within the NDA. Forget, they kept telling that the opposition will be taken into confidence. But
few have really opposed the choice, really come out strongly and opposed your choice. So wouldn't you agree, Joy? We haven't seen that. Mamta Banerjee, perhaps being one of those few, come out and spoken openly, also sort of adding that rider, saying that I am not questioning the credentials of Mr. Kovind. This is not a comment on him, but... And then, of course, adding her reservations to it. So few will oppose. Doesn't it look like that, given the choice that the BJP has made?
Look, if you look at the previous elections also, when Mr. K.R. Narayan or earlier elections also, when the opposition, when the different candidates and the opposition did not put up a candidate, the question again is, I think it's not the background of Mr. Govind at all. The question again is, there are two aspects to it. One is to believe that choosing a Dalit presidential candidate and is going to reduce the BJP's crimes to the Dalit community across India is a fallacy which we need to address, and that's a question of, you know, political, how the messaging goes. So those are two issues. The second issue is, yes,
political
in fact,
move and perhaps a symbol,
the candidate
really.
is
okay. But that's the point that you're making. What is it beyond symbolism?
No,
would you like
Natasha, I'll just finish with 30 seconds.
Okay, okay.
Go ahead. No, so I'm just saying that the fact is that the Bharatiya Janata Party keeps propagating consensus and discussion, and like Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad and the other leaders of the opposition have said, no names were proposed. So my question is again, is if you want a consensus, and I hope the presidential candidate was brought about with consensus without election, that would have been an ideal situation.
Okay.
But it's beyond this, the present government or the present BJP mindset to do that.
All right. I'm going to talk about consensus in just a bit, but Abhijit, I do want to ask, we've heard Mr. Yechuri say that this is a political choice since he's an RSS man, saying that from here on we're going to see a political contest. Mamata Banerjee said he's only been picked because he's a BJP man. It's just sort of optics, little else is what the Congress is saying. How would you sort of respond to that?
I don't see a simple example wherein just a political man has been brought and appointed as the to be as nominated as the president, next probable president candidate of India. I think that this is extension of the politics of the BJP and the kind of social work which RSS has been doing. The idea of this is an example of an inclusive governance wherein sabka saath sabka vikas. A person from Dalit community has been called and appointed as the to be nominated for the post of president. Even as far as RSS is concerned, the idea of Samajik Samrastha. Recently, Bala Sahab, Param Pujni Bala Sahab Devra's birthday was being celebrated, and he has given the idea of Samajik Samrastha. So, Mr. Kovind has been working in Uttar Pradesh and rural areas, and as far as example is concerned, from where he is coming and what he is going to become. I guess this is an example. This is an example wherein when the famous of the constitutions have, when Baba Sahib Ambedkar has said that at the appointment of the person, so that
in
only
that spirit you're saying, and of course
in that
there's no
spirit
doubt
that anybody can come, anybody from any background can come, and he can become the president of India.
Okay.
Another point which I wish to bring to the knowledge of Mr. Ajay Kumar is that if you see that who is the government who has been responsible for the largest number of constitutional amendment for the rights of the Dalit community, you will see that the largest number of constitutional amendments for the welfare of the Dalit community has taken place during the regime of the BJP government, last BJP government. Even
so
under
not
this
just
government,
political tokenism is the point that you're making. Not just political.
A lot of work has been done for the Dalit community.
Okay, not just political
Natasha.
Tokenism. 1 second, Ajay, I'll just get you in. I need to get Sunil Alag into this. This is, of course, someone, as we've been seeing on Twitter, that, journalists still trying to figure out who Mr. Kovind was when the name was announced, how his Wikipedia page was really buzzing. It was a surprise and sort of in tune with just how unpredictable this government, especially its top leadership, likes to be. Sunil Alag, have they really pulled a rabbit out of the hat? Is this the BJP's Pratibha Patil moment?
I mean, I see Ajay saying it's not a master stroke or whatever. I think it's definitely caught the opposition napping. Forget about master stroke or not. The question is that very few of us know very much about Ramnath Govindji, but you cannot evaluate a president based on politics because is he the right person or not? Take a look at him. He's been a Supreme Court lawyer. He's educated. As far as most people are concerned, he's non-controversial. You can say BJP, RSS, whatever. He's never got into any controversy. He's run Bihar government as a governor without getting into any controversy. He's the kind of person, he's only about 71. He's not doddering. He can walk on his own feet. He's intelligent. He speaks well. What do you want as the president? The Congress chose Pratibha Patil. Let's not forget that, Ajay. Where was the consensus on Pratibha Patil? Nobody had heard of her. And she was, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not passing anything about her, but she was chosen and she's the most inconsequential president we've ever had. So the fact remains that you have to evaluate this gentleman on the basis of what he stands for. Is he going to represent India correctly? Is he representing everything that you want? And once it's there, where's the question of consensus? Consensus would arrive if BJP took 2 or 3 names. They've only given one name. That's
Natasha,
it. Now, either you accept it or you don't accept it.
Okay.
Now, they can carry on talking about the process, but all in all, I think it's a terrific choice.
And a consensus
Definitely
has
better
really
than Pratibha Patil by miles.
Only happened once,
by
but there was, I think, there was just so much talk. One moment. There was just so much talk.
One last point. From 1947, there's never been a presidential election where the opposition hasn't put up someone. Go ahead and put someone up. Let's see who wins then. There's never been one consensus candidate ever. I mean,
Except
so why are we debating on
Natasha,
whether it's
and
going to
that's
be a
the point I was trying to bring in with Ajay. Ajay,
I think it's great for India to have a president like him. Full stop.
Okay.